We wrote this book because we were frustrated by the profound environmental and social problems that we face and the lack of any real solutions to deal with them.
The evidence is showing us now that we've reached the end of the era of growth. We're using resources and emitting pollution faster than ecosystems can handle.
In the current economy, the answer to every single problem is to keep doing more of the same. Grow the economy with more people consuming more stuff, but that really can't work.
There are ideas from all over the world showing us how we can do things differently. And we wrote this book to try and put these together into a positive vision for a different type of an economy.
Enough is Enough is about understanding the limits we face and offering a better economic solution that works for both people and the planet.
The continual pursuit of economic growth, even by the richest economies in the world, is degrading the environment, drawing down finite resources, and withdrawing the possibilities for future generations to have any meaningful quality of life.
There's a number of areas, a number of these so-called planetary boundaries where we've already gone too far and are playing a game where climate change is concerned, for example, a game of environmental roulette. We also know that where biodiversity is concerned, we're living through a mass extinction event. We know where things concerned with the fertility and productivity of our soil systems are concerned, that we're playing a very dangerous game there. Now there's lots of other ways in which we're dancing very close to the edge.
We know we're pushing up against environmental limits, but what's more surprising is that economic growth is no longer improving people's lives in the wealthy nations. Although income has more than tripled since 1950 in both the US and the UK, people have not become any happier.
We're not getting what we expect to get from economic growth. Not only are things like life expectancy and other things sort of flatlining, but happiness is possibly decreasing. So why keep pursuing it?
One of the problems with growth as a measure is not what it does tell you, but what it doesn't tell you.
The people who actually developed the measure of GDP, they explicitly said, do not use this to measure national progress. This is a gross, inaccurate figure.
GDP is a measure of economic activity, of money changing hands. So if I buy a new bicycle, this contributes to GDP. If the government invests in education, this also contributes to GDP. These are things that we would probably count as positives. However, if there's an oil spill, this also contributes to GDP. If a family gets divorced and incurs costly legal fees, this also contributes to GDP. War, crime, environmental pollution, all of these things add to GDP.
So I think even a child, if it was explained to them what GDP consists of, would quite easily see that it's not a good idea to count growth in bad things as a good.
In 2010, we organized the first Steady State Economy Conference. Over 250 economists, scientists, business leaders, members of the general public attended and contributed. The objective of the conference was to figure out how to build an economy without growth that still allowed people to lead meaningful and happy lives. The book is a direct result of that conference.
In the book, in addition to replacing GDP with new measures of progress, we consider how to limit material and energy use, fix the monetary system, stabilize global population, reduce inequality, provide meaningful jobs, and adapt businesses to flourish in a non-growing economy.
Real action requires us to recognize the limits to growth and to embrace the alternative, a steady state economy. But we have to act now, for time is the ultimate limit that we face, and it's the one thing we can never have enough of.